Ayo. Testing. Hello, beautiful people. So I am back again with another video. You guys, this is crazy. This is like my second video on my fitness series. The first video was kind of just me having a conversation with you guys, and I feel like I'm getting enough love. I'm getting love on that video, so thank you so much for showing out on that video. I thought I'd just like come back and record another video talking about fitness myths. Now, I'm calling it myths, but maybe I'd say misleading things that you may hear as you're starting to ease into fitness. And there's things that I'm going to list out. These are all things that I have also fallen for when I was starting out on my fitness journey. I just figured like this would be a great opportunity to talk through some of those fitness myths that I've heard and debunking some of the things that you may feel are necessary as you're easing into the gym space. The first thing, number one, you have to work out every single day if you want to see results. Absolutely not. No. Rest is absolutely essential. The time period that you take from working out to going back into the gym is essential. And I say this because if you work out every single day, you're not giving your body time to recover. You may develop muscle pain, joint pain, soreness, discomfort, and fatigue. And nobody wants to go through that. You want to make fitness your lifestyle, so it's always essential that you have some moderation between the time that you're working out and the time that you're resting. I recommend, if you're easing into the gym, that's actually a mistake that I made. I used to show up every day and I ain't did shit for real. I was showing up every day essentially doing nothing, not nourishing my body, not knowing what I was doing. So if you're easing into the gym, I highly recommend you start out with the regimen that works with your schedule. Look at what you have to do. Look at your priorities for the week. Where does the gym fit into your weekly schedule, and how many days can you afford to go into the gym? The more if you start out that way, you build yourself up for including more days for the gym. This is essential for beginners. So I'd recommend, if you're starting out with the gym, start with 3 days a week, especially if it's not a habit that you already have. 3 days a week, week 2, 4 days a week, and so on and so forth. I personally go to the gym about 5 days a week, and I say this because I have my rest days. I essentially try to put in maybe 2 to 3 rest days. I do 6 days a week sometimes. However, the 6th day, I don't really call that a gym day. I call that more so my active resting day. So I might do a workout class, I might go for a walk, I might literally walk the entire city rather than using public transit, but I always prioritize rest. You do not have to work out every day to see gym results. Number 2, you have to lift extremely heavy. This is for the weight room people. You do not have to lift 150 pounds. You don't have to be Popeye when you're at the gym. You absolutely don't. And I say this because I've literally, I've seen it myself. Now, this isn't to say that you shouldn't train with progressive overload. This is just to say that you can train moderately with moderate weight and still see results. Now, it depends on what results you're searching for. If you want to be super bulky built, weight training, you know, all that, kudos to you. You can lift heavy. I don't do this. This is for people that want to make fitness their lifestyle. This is for the girls that want a little toning, you know, a little, you know, muscle, whatever, but don't want to do too much. You don't got to lift heavy at all. However, training with progressive overload is key to seeing some of this muscle. So start out with 5 pounds if you're doing bicep curls. Next week, 10 pounds. The last week, 15 pounds. You don't have to do more than 15 pounds. Like, you can shuffle between those 3 weights and you will see results. And I feel like people often think that like the heavier you lift, the quicker you see your results, when that's just not the case. If you're new to the gym, the heavier you lift, you're most likely giving yourself muscle pain and soreness because it's not what your body is used to, which is why, again, I always reiterate, the importance of training with progressive overload. You can stick to your PR and still see results, shuffle between the weights that you're comfortable with. I always prioritize comfort. I am proud of my results. I'm comfortable with my results. Obviously my goals change every time, but with what I'm working towards, I'm pretty happy. So myth number 3, you have to do 1,000,000 workouts. No, you don't. No, you don't. Like, I'm always surprised when I open Instagram and people have like a regimen with like 10 workouts. That's just doing entirely too much. The gym is always gonna be there, like always. You have access to working on your body in any space. You can work out at home, you can work out down the street, you can work out at the park, you can work out at the gym. So if you're trying to do like 50 workouts in one day, I don't understand. I beg, like, why it's not going anywhere. So keep it short, keep it simple, target your muscles. And I think people often fall into doing 1,000,000 workouts, most likely because they don't have a regimen. If you write down what muscles you're specifically targeting, it'll make your gym session significantly shorter and much more meaningful because you're going in with a goal. But all this to say, 4 to 5 workouts are all you need. If you're targeting one muscle, you could spread your workouts throughout the week. Monday can be leg day. Not just leg day, actually. Monday can be glutes, the booty. Tuesday can be quadriceps, your quads, your thighs, your muscles. That's already splitting 10 workouts into 2 separate days, 5 on Monday, 5 on Tuesday. Wednesday can be your upper body, but not the whole upper body. You can do lats and triceps. Thursday, you can do deltoids and biceps. Friday, you can do your full body. And that's a way to do less with more time, more focused with progressive overload, and more intentional and more fun. You don't have to be at the gym for 10 hours, literally an hour 30. Honestly, I'm only saying an hour 30 because people like to take breaks, people like to use their phone, but an hour max, low-key 45 minutes is all you need. So you don't have to do 1,000,000 workouts to see results. You can be completely fine with 5 workouts. Number 4, myth number 4, taking a lot of supplements. I don't know, guys, I don't know. Now, I do want to admit right off the bat, I am not completely educated on the other supplements that are offered in the fitness universe. But I do know that I spoke to a nutritionist, and I'm gonna make a separate video talking about what my nutritionist told me. And I essentially showed up and I was like, hey babe, I work out. Do I need to take all of these supplements from this brand? They were like, no, you don't, because you can get the nutritional ingredients that are offered from the supplements from food. However, here's how these supplements can help. And I take protein powder. It's the only supplement I take, and I take pre-workout. I admit that I take pre-work. It's not necessary. You don't need pre-workout at all. Like, let me re-emphasize that. You do not need pre-workout at all. However, I feel like it really helps me with focusing, and it really helps me with like a little pumped up for the gym, for lack of a better word. And so you don't need it though. You really don't. And when it comes to protein powder, I take it because I feel as though I don't really take in a lot of protein. I don't eat red meat. I don't eat dairy. I haven't done that for like 7 years now, for a minute. So I believe that the protein powder just adds in an extra layer of protein that I may not be taking in with some of the stuff that I'm not consuming at the moment or haven't consumed in the last 7 years. So that's why I take protein. However, I just feel like, okay, let me just say this. You don't need 1,000,000 supplements. Our society is conditioned into thinking that you have to overconsume consistently, and this is how businesses make money. However, you have to be mindful of what you're consuming with food. You can overconsume with jewels and clothes and all that stuff because you're not consuming it, but I would be extremely mindful of what I'm putting in my body. Not to say that the supplements out there are bad for your body, however, I just don't think you need a lot of them. I also do think that it's essential to speak to a nutritionist or just do some light high-level researching into what you would need based off your dietary restrictions, or if you don't have any dietary restrictions, what can I add to my diet? All this to say is that you don't really need a million supplements to see gym results. Speak to a nutritionist, do your research, and minimize it. Don't overconsume. It won't change your gym results, and you're prioritizing your health with enough research. Okay, well, that is all that I have to talk about on this video. If you have any other questions related to fitness, or if you had any other fitness myths that you'd like for me to touch on, or any comments on that, or any responses to the things that I've said, please feel free to leave comments down below. I would love to talk to you guys. And if you have any other fitness related things that you'd like for me to touch on, let me know. Subscribe, like, comment. Love y'all.